As the 2024 Republican presidential primary gets closer, Ron DeSantis' campaign blamed its own super PAC for leaks and bad TV advertising. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new video today. It is time that we talk about the 2024 Republican presidential primary, because everyone, once again, the DeSantis campaign is back in the news, and yet again, it's not for a good reason. I mean, look at this headline. The DeSantis campaign blames its own super PAC for leaks and bad TV advertising. Yeah. This is a real headline from Politico, and this just came out yesterday, when it seemed like the DeSantis campaign couldn't get any more bad news. This happens. Now you have Adam Laxalt resigning. It is a complete and total mess for this campaign. But first, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $1 a month, you can join Real American. This is the best way to support the daily content that we all know and love. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Alright, everybody. Now let me be clear. Actually, I really can't be clear because it's as clear as day. This is pathetic. Like, there's no amount of BS, no amount of coping can explain this. The DeSantis campaign is fighting each other. We saw this a week ago, mind you. Remember, we saw leaks of the DeSantis campaign fighting itself. Now they're fighting the super PAC Never Stand Up, which, let's be real, it's the campaign for DeSantis. They're illegally running the campaign. Remember, super PACs are not allowed to run campaigns or coordinate with them. But that's what exactly the DeSantis campaign is doing. So let's get into it. Let's just look at what's happening. Tensions between Ron DeSantis' struggling presidential campaign and its allied super PAC are boiling over, with the campaign losing confidence in Never Back Down's leadership and ability to orchestrate a TV advertising campaign, according to 2 people close to the Florida governor. You can't make this up, everybody. This is real. They, for whatever reason, have not fired these morons yet. Complain all you want. Fire them! If it's this bad that even you admit, why the hell are they still here? Why? I mean, there's no legitimate reason for these assholes to still be here. Jeff Rowe and group should not be here. Fire them! If you hate them so much, why aren't they gone? Because they're running the show. That's what's happening here. And if it wasn't for them, the DeSantis campaign would have been out of money months ago. They basically already are, but still. The criticism comes amid mounting questions about the strength of DeSantis' campaign, and that have Never Back Down, which I call Never Stand Up. The super PAC has suffered 2 major departures over the last week, with the organization's CEO, Chris Janikowski, and its chair, Adam Laxalt, stepping down. Yeah, Adam Laxalt, who I respect greatly. I'm not a big fan of the endorsement for DeSantis, but whatever. I still think he's a great guy. But the fact that you're losing Laxalt and the CEO of the group tells you everything. But why is Jeff Rowe still here? He's the one really calling the shots here, not Adam Laxalt. I mean, we've heard about this for months now, that people were dropping out of the campaign, but when you lose both the CEO and the chair in a matter of days, just a month before Iowa, that's a disaster. This isn't, there was one resignation a couple months ago, right? And then there's one now. That's one thing. The fact it's so close to Iowa, with many of these people being big parts of the campaign, is worrisome. And no amount of cope, delusion, Nothing is going to change that. Earlier this week, DeSantis campaign manager James Utmeyer wrote a memo to donors in which he praised Never Back Down for its field operation and urged the group to focus on that going forward. But he implicitly suggested a newly formed pro-DeSantis super PAC, Fight Right, take the lead on TV advertising. Which is smart. I agree with this. Listen, the DeSantis campaign, I think, finally realized, Never Stand Up, they have some of the worst ads I have ever seen. Their ground game is bad enough, all right? Let's be real. Don't pretend to secretly think it's a great ground game. It's decent in Iowa, though it's pales in comparison to past elections. But there's non-existent in South Carolina, in New Hampshire, in Nevada. It's non-existent. It's just in Iowa. But the ads by Never Stand Up. What year are these from? 2002? I seriously think some of these ads came right out of 2002, 2004. Campaign officials believe that the PAC's TV ads have been inefficient, according to two people close to the DeSantis campaign. Of course they are. When you're targeting Trump for being pro-gay marriage in the year 2023, and then focusing on some, I hate the term, unelectable positions. Again, I'm not a big fan of the word, but you can't just say that's a great campaign. The campaign doesn't think NBD's current interim leadership should be within a mile of the TV budget, said one of the people close to DeSantis. And I agree. But fire them! Tell them to go F themselves, focus only on the ground game, stop funding the TV ads, give it to somebody else. A Never Stand Up representative declined to comment. Of course they did, because this is an embarrassment. Turmoil within Never Stand Up has broken out within the open in the recent days. Last week, NBC News reported on a near-physical altercation between two Never Back Down strategists, Jeff Rowe, and one of the organization's top board members, Scott Wagner. It came amid word that Fight Right had emerged, and it would also be playing a role in bolstering DeSantis. And what does that tell you? These assholes don't give a rat's ass about DeSantis. If they did, if Jeff Rowe really cared about DeSantis winning, and not about getting as much of a grift on as possible, he would be like, okay, the campaign isn't confident of me. We only got a month before Iowa. Fine. We're going to support this new super PAC, but we're taking a step back. That's what a real someone in a campaign would do that gave a shit about the campaign itself. And so these assholes are fighting each other because, no, we want to continue our grift. No, we want to start a new one. Until that point, Never Stand Up has been the sole pro-DeSantis entity, and the governor leaned heavily on the organization for much of his campaign functions. That's an understatement. The entire campaign is funded by them. If it was for Never Stand Up, DeSantis would be broke right now. They're running the campaign. They're telling DeSantis exactly what to do, what to say. And if somehow we stumbled, and even if he doesn't get the nomination, the FEC is 100% going to investigate this next year. Because this is breaking so many campaign finance laws. It's just rookie mistake after rookie mistake. The fact that they're openly coordinating with this super PAC, that's illegal. But they don't care. They don't care because they don't give a rat's ass about DeSantis winning. They just care about filling their pockets. The disclosure of the Rowe-Wagner fight increased incensed DeSantis campaign officials, who blame Never Back Down. The last few weeks have caused the campaign to lose confidence in multiple top NBD officials, as a result of poor performances, as well as ramping leaking to push false, unauthorized narratives to the press. The person close to the governor said, then do two things. Fire them and publicly distance yourself from them. If they're not going to be men and admit they messed up and they're going to take a step back. Because that's what's happening here. These campaign advisors, in quotation, they don't care if DeSantis wins. That's just an added bonus. They only care about filling their pockets with God knows how much money. I mean, what does that tell you? That the campaign isn't confident of them, and instead of stepping back, Jeffro nearly started a fight with somebody else. Never Back Down had emerged as the highest spending super PAC with the presidential campaign so far. According to media buying figures, the organization has spent more than $39 million in advertising. There has been little evidence that Barrage has helped, with DeSantis sliding back for months in public opinion. We actually have polling data leaked by, I believe it was Never Back Down or Never Stand Up. Either way, I believe it was affiliated with the campaign of DeSantis. This was a week ago. They had polls and surveys conducted and studies that showed when DeSantis was affiliated with Never Stand Up, his numbers dropped like a rock. When he wasn't, his numbers actually went up. They did surveys on this. Even privately, I've heard Never Stand Up is poison to DeSantis. So no wonder it's hurting him. I don't know what they did in Iowa, but they certainly pissed somebody off if Never Stand Up is hurting DeSantis that much. But you just start looking more into it and you realize this campaign's a joke. Fighting each other behind closed doors, not admitting that you effed up. I mean, why is Jeff Rose still here? Why? And instead of admitting that he messed up, he's tripling down on his stupidity. It's unbelievable what these assholes are doing to DeSantis. I mean, his political future is basically dead at a national scale. Hell, I don't know if he can win a statewide election in Florida now. That's how bad this is, but either way, folks, we just got to see what happens, but man, this is just pathetic. If you guys did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Thank you so much. Godspeed to all of you.